So here we have our C major chord in these three different forms like we did in the last couple videos. What we have to do now is start doing seventh chords. Now I'm not going to take so much time, and I know I say that all the time, but I am going to try my best. What we need to do is come to this next empty measure, and I actually want to move this measure down. I don't want to have it in the same line as these chords, because we're going to start talking about a different idea, and also I just honestly want a little bit of extra space. So once I have that measure selected, we can come up here to measure, and if you look here, this logo here is system break, which you can get by hitting Control and Enter at the same time. What system break is going to do is it's going to tell this measure that it has to start a new line. So I'm going to click there, and we can see that that's going to spread out our first three measures nicely, which is good because these annotations were running into each other. And now we have a fresh new line to start with. So like I said, what we need to do is get a seventh chord going, and that's because seventh chords, since there are more notes in them, there are more ways to invert these chords. So we're going to do a C major seventh chord. So we're going to start, again, I don't know why clicking is not working, so we have a C, but it's higher than what I want it to be, so I'm going to highlight it, Control and down to put it down lower. So we have a C, an E, a G, and that's our C major chord so far. But we're going to add a seventh to it. So I press the letter B, and now we have a C7 chord. Now this is called the 7 because the notes in the chord, we have 1, E is a major third above C, G is a perfect fifth above C, and B is a major seventh above C. So what we have here is a C major seventh chord. So I'm going to go to the text tool, highlight that chord, and hit annotation. We have C major seventh. I'm just going to abbreviate major like that. And this one is going to be in root position. So I'm going to capitalize that P because I'm picky. Just like our regular chord here, our regular triad, root position means that the note that it's named after is on the bottom. That's how seventh chords work too. This is a C major seventh chord. When C's on the bottom, it's in root position. So that's what we have here. I'm going to move on to the next measure here and select that. Let's see. Okay, clicking is not going to work, so I'm going to type in these notes. We're going to put this one in first inversion. So we have E, G, but we're going to pop that up an octave, B, and it put that up an octave too. So I'm going to go over, Control up. So we have E, G, and B. Now, if you're really thinking, you'll say, this is an E minor chord. But the instant we add the C that we're missing, and set them on the bottom, put it up top, this is a C major seventh chord. This chord over here, it has C, E, G, and B. That's what makes it a C major 7. This chord here, in a different order, it has C, E, G, and B. So this is also C major 7th chord, but this one is C major 7th. This is in first inversion. So just like we call a 7th chord with the note it's named after on the bottom, we call that root position just like a regular chord. When we have the third on the bottom, that's still going to be first inversion for a 7th chord. I'm sorry, let me play these for you so you can hear what these sound like. So with that 7th chord, we have a little bit more crunch than a major chord. And maybe you could hear the change from the highest note being B to the highest note being C. But either way, this may sound pretty similar. It might sound slightly different with the inversion. You will not have to identify which inversion it is by hearing. So don't worry about that. So we've done root position, we've done first inversion. Now you can, again, probably assume that we're going to put this in second inversion. So we need G on the bottom. Second inversion means that the lowest note is our 5th. Above the G, we're going to put a B. It has to be above it. Above that, we're going to put a C. And the note that we're missing is an E. It'd really be nice if flat knew what I was asking for it. So we can see here, it has stacked these notes, maybe different from how we would expect. But again, we have a C, an E, a G, and a B. Just like always, this is a C major 7th chord. So we're going to mark it C major 7th, but this one is in 2nd inversion. Again, when we have the 5th of a chord on the bottom, that is 2nd inversion. Now, here's the whole reason that I am showing you 7th chords right now, is that we can get another inversion here. So, okay, sorry, flat took me down to the next line. So we have a B, and now we're going to have the 7th on the bottom. So B is the 7th of a C major 7th chord. Above that we need a C. Okay, so we have a C. We need an E above that. Okay, so E's on the bottom, but we need to put it on top. And then finally, we need a G on top above that. And again, put that on bottom. So right here, we have a 2nd inversion. We pop that G up to the top. We now have B as the lowest note. So we have, again, we have C, E, G, and B. This is a C major 7th chord. C major 7th. But this one is in I'm sorry, not 3rd position. That's a string technique. This is 3rd inversion. So you can see here with 7th chords, we can have root position, 1st inversion, 2nd inversion, and 3rd inversion. This is what you are going to have to take a screenshot for me. So let me just do that right now. Windows and print screen. Okay, I don't know if my screen goes dark when I'm recording like that, but I took the screenshot. This is the screenshot that I'm going to need from you today. I need the C major chord in root position, 1st inversion and 2nd inversion, and then I need the 7th chord in those positions as well as 3rd inversion. If you need any help, if you're confused about anything that I've said today, just let me know. Tomorrow, instead of a flat walkthrough, I'm gonna have a worksheet for you to do about these different inversions, and I'll have some videos explaining what's going on. So as always, let me know if I can help you out in any way. I hope that you all have a fantastic Monday, and I'll talk to all of you tomorrow.